Welcome to the Clapback with Julie Roginsky, where we take Twitter back from the trolls. So haters may hate, but this pathetic liberal propaganda Roginsky claps back. Here's the news. National Security Advisor Mike Flynn is out. He stepped down last night after apologizing to the president and vice president for misleading them on his calls with Russia's ambassador to the U.S. So I tweeted about when General Flynn lashed out at me on Mornings with Maria last year regarding his Russia policy. Then a Twitter troll replied and said, quote, "I'll bet you, right, Miss Russia expert? Pathetic lib propaganda Roginsky?" First, nice ad hominem attack on me, but that won't make the serious issue go away. Second, let's show a little bit of what that back and forth with General Flynn entailed.
Can't keep going the way we're going with 3/4 of the countries not even paying their fair share to be part of this alliance. So,
General, I get it, but I'm sorry, I have to press
I don't think you do. I actually don't think you get it.
I believe you, sir, I really do.
But well, I think General Flynn, I do get it, and what I do get is that despite your protestations, you seem to be a little bit closer to the Russian government than any of us suspected, or maybe some of us suspected, that you were that close to the Russian government, including when you took payment from Russia today, a propaganda arm of Vladimir Putin's and the Kremlin's, including when you had conversations in complete contravening of what American policy was last December before Donald Trump became president, and therefore while we already had a president setting foreign policy about sanctions. There are all sorts of things, General Flynn, that I do get, and it's about time the rest of the country got them, which is why it would be incredibly nice for Jason Chaffetz and others in the House who are so busy right now investigating, apparently, Sid the Science Kid and the CDC for giving money to PBS to maybe stop that investigation for 5 minutes and look into this. You know, what did the White House know about this? John replied, quote, "After they hold hearings about what Barack Hussein Obama knew about Benghazi, you are pathetic." That's yet another ad hominem attack on me, pivoting from the actual issue at hand. And if you didn't figure it out already, an ad hominem attack is when you attack someone's character rather than answering his or her argument. So calling me pathetic does not change the situation. Here's the seriousness of the situation. We know that the Russians intervened in our election. I'm not saying they intervened by hacking our electoral results, but we are fairly positive, and the intelligence community has a consensus and agrees that they hacked into those DNC emails and disseminated them, among other things that we're probably not even aware of. We never had an investigation into that. We now know Michael Flynn, who had already had a close relationship with Vladimir Putin, had dinner with him. There's documented evidence of that. Took money payments, as I said earlier, from Russia today. Had an unauthorized conversation with the Russian ambassador to the United States about, I don't know, sanctions that our government had placed on them and may have told them, don't worry about it. Once Donald Trump's in office, don't worry about those sanctions. That's something that I think that Jason Chaffetz should look into. I mean, look, we looked into Benghazi, as this person that just tweeted me pointed out, John. For 2 years, the House had a select committee on Benghazi. Millions of dollars spent. By the way, they came up with nothing that Barack Hussein Obama, as you pointed out, did incorrectly. So I think maybe we could at least have some sort of investigation into this and not cover up for Donald Trump. If, in fact, they did have something to do with the Russians getting involved in this election. We don't know the answer to that. The American people need to know. By the way, while we're at it, it'd be nice of the president to release his tax returns so that the rest of us are privy to exactly how much money he may have done with Russia or Russian oligarchs close to Vladimir Putin, as his own son, Donald Trump Jr., said that they did a few years ago. So you may disagree with me, but tell me why, and stop with the personal attacks, because that just proves you really can't defend your point of view, and I've already won the argument. I'm Julie Roginsky with Fox News.